Peace and blessings. Peace, peace, peace. So, I have a question that came from our Patreon supporter and comrade, um, and who is a sister friend of mine. So, I'm going to read, I just got off of it. Let me go back to it. Read the message that she sent that she is open to sharing in her experience. So, if I can find it. Let's see. Messages. That might help. Okay, so, peace, love, and light. She has expressed that she would like to know more information about vitamin and mineral supplements, in reference to having, how some of us have a lot of hereditary blood. Excuse me, I just had some chocolate. It was so good, and some really good food. In reference to those of us that have maybe deficiencies in our blood, which is iron. Those of us that are anemia and or have any other type of irregular. I can't talk today. Irregularities, that's the word, in our blood and in our different parts of our circulatory system. Yeah, I'm working it out. Y'all bear with me. Yeah, so that was the question. So she basically wanted information about the vitamin and mineral supplements because she's taking a lot of supplements to help regulate that iron deficiencies, as well as taking iron supplements and multivitamins. Okay, she said she has a pretty good diet, but realizing that it's still difficult to help regulate just on diet alone. So here's the thing. So a lot of people, have been advocating for plant-based diet, and that it would be a cure-all and fix everything. And we know that things have to be fixed and dealt with holistically. So when you have hereditary diseases or hereditary dysfunctions or deficiencies, then there's something specific that your body is needing from your diet, from your food, from your environment, or from your environment. So the issue is that just seeking that through food can sometimes not. It's not being fulfilled. The deficiencies are not being fulfilled through the food alone, especially when you are not targeting foods that directly deal with that deficiency. Number one, and number two, when you are go again this time without help. We're gonna keep going. Learning how to count. And two, when those foods are lacking in minerals, we know that our planet is changing. It has changed. It's constantly changing. Therefore, there is a lot of minerals that are depleted in the soil because of the way that we have. Some of us have not taken very good care of the earth and depleted a lot of the natural resources that replenish the earth and give us the vitamins and the minerals that we need naturally from our food. Thus, the reason why supplements and vitamins are such high selling sources, because the industry recognizes this need to fulfill and to supplement our diet based upon our nutritional needs for minerals and for vitamins. So there's a lot of ways to recognize when you're not going to receive all the vitamins and minerals that you need in your food. You can get a very good resource from them, But it takes a lot of knowledge about yourself, about your blood type, about your blood disorders, about your mineral deficiency. So you might have to go get minerals. You have to go get testing, blood testing on a regular basis to find out what those deficiencies are. Also, studying on the percentage levels and whatever the measurement is on those deficiencies and how much your body and blood type need. It can be a lot of work. I would definitely recommend for you to do that work, or for you to find someone that does that work for you. If the deficiencies and the disease is severe, so that it can be corrected. Um, and especially if you are a conscious being that is aware that hereditary dysfunction needs to stop with you if you are procreating, and don't want to continue that gene to carry on beyond you, then I would definitely take the necessary platforms to be able to go ahead and make that connection to heal that. So, how do you get the vitamins and minerals that you need? There are definite sources in which and ways that you can get those without vitamins. The pill, vitamin supplements and forms. There are still plant-based nutrition that are very, very rich in minerals. Sea moss is one of them. Sea moss has many of the minerals and that we need for our body. Doing things like putting Himalayan sea salt in your food and in your water is another form of replenishing your body with the minerals. The sea moss has sea moss, and I'm trying to think of some more that have a lot, most of what our body composition needs, and in order to feed it and to replenish the minerals that we are lacking in our food. So there's definitely research to be done on that. I'm thankful for the question, because I will research that. I will put that in a tighter form for you all so that I can post that. But I do want to share this video just on the awareness of realizing that sometimes you're not going to get all you need from the supplements. Okay, let's talk about supplements itself. The reason why I still recommend finding a plant-based source is because, of course, we know that plants are closely related to to our molecular structure. So we're able to receive the nutrients directly from the plant source without it going through too much of a waste process. So most of the plant's nutrition is absorbed in our body. That is not absorbed, unlike meat sources or any processed sources that are not plant-based. So we know that processed, we know what that means. A lot of the supplements are processed. Let's specifically talk about iron, the iron supplement. A lot of the iron supplements are not plant-based sources. They are metal sources and chemical sources. So they are nowhere near close to the molecular structure in which we need it to absorb in our body. So a very small percentage of it might be beneficial, but then on the other end of the spectrum, you're going to have a lot of waste from it, meaning your body is doing a lot of work to get rid of the toxicity. So you recognize when you take iron supplement pills, you have a lot of constipation. You might have withdrawal symptoms, like I've known people that when they don't take their iron, they have headaches. Appetite decrease or increase. Issues with sleeping, insomnia with iron supplements. Okay. Um, several other side effects that come with those. They're metal based, which of course our body also needs forms of metal. But what happens when you put too much iron in it? Iron in itself is a very heavy metal, and it is not digestible in those supplement forms. So your body is doing a lot of work. Your liver is doing a lot of work. Your kidneys are doing a lot of work to pull out what it needs and try to filter it. And those metals and putting those metals through your system like that can be, in the long term, can be more detrimental than just dealing with whatever the deficiency is in itself. So be very mindful and careful of that. Um, and when they're processed, they also are processing it with, other chemicals and heavy coatings and things, so that try to make your digestive system be a little bit more cooperative with it. So it's more processing that is done with that. The same thing with vitamins. A lot of those vitamins they're filled with a lot of what they call fillers. Um, so you have to be mindful about the percentage of what vitamins sources they're putting in there and where the vitamin sources are coming from. A lot of those are, naturally made or laboratory made vitamin sources where they're not really derived from a plant-based source. So if you are in need of having supplements, because of you're not finding it in your diet, then, and if you're not able to, if you're find the plant-based sources, which sea moss is readily available in most health stores. You can get it online, I know. um what was I saying? If you're not able to get those, then yes, then definitely find a supplement form that's plant-based, and a lot of those will be in liquid form. The iron, you definitely want to make sure that you are reading the labels thoroughly with those, because iron is in any form, iron and zinc in any form are very hard on the stomach, on the intestines. So they have to be used as directed, whether it says with food, how, whatever it says, to very be just be mindful of that, because it is a more potent source of mineral and supplement through the plant-based. Um, yeah, so I believe that's it. So that's the information that I have for you all, and thank you for sharing that and for sharing your questions. So if anybody else has any questions on anything that they're finding relatable in their diet, that they're finding trouble with in their even in like mental health, spiritual health, physical health, is what we're here for. So definitely bring those questions along, and we will discuss them. I will put together something to look for that in the next day or so, if not later on today. And I will put together a list of plant-based supplements that you can use for iron deficiencies in general and mineral deficiencies. So thank you. I look forward to hearing from you all more. I love the questions. I love to get on here and talk to you all. It helps me to compile the information that I've learned over the years and to share it. So it gets me back into the practice myself of compiling and referencing and giving that information. So I need it as well to refresh my memory and to refresh my own personal lifestyle and practice. In that I know that I too have some we all have mineral deficiencies. It's just the way that things are right now. So being conscious of that, definitely want to continue to make that a lifestyle, to live as healthy as we can, with the awareness of who we are. And yeah, that's all I got. All right. Peace, love.